Okay, so this video I'm gonna be speaking on when should you quit your job, or like when do you know that it's the right time to quit your job? And I get this question quite often, honestly, like it's like super often. Because remember, like when I was working at Target, it's not as if I had a sign that said, okay, I'm ready now, or I had a certain amount of money that said, okay, I'm ready now. It was more of just me being confident about my skill set, knowing that I knew my craft good enough to get to a certain point. That's where it really all came in. So some people that contact me now, like they have thousands of dollars saved up. I'm like, okay, so like, what are you waiting for? Oh, I'm not consistent in trading yet. Okay, cool. Keep on working, keep on trading. You know what I'm saying? Because the worst thing that you can do is quit your job and then stress. Because once you quit your job, you're stressing over bills, you're stressing over how you're gonna get this or get that. And you know what I'm saying? Like you're going about all that. Versus knowing that you're consistent inside a market, and then if you quit your job, you're consistent enough to pay for the next few months of bills and still working your craft now 24 hours a day. You get me? Because remember, when I quit Target, I literally had only $6,000, $200 or $6,000, $500 in my bank account. And mind you, I had to pay rent, $1,400. I had to pay car insurance, a couple $100. I still had to pay, pay for my pet stuff, Loxy stuff. I still had to pay for gas. I still had to do a lot of stuff that could have been knocked out in no time. You know what I'm saying? Like that $6,000 would have been gone in no time. Rent was already $1,400. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, me being confident enough in my craft showed me that, okay, I had enough money to just at least pay for a couple months of bills. But in those few months, I could also get good as fuck at my craft. You know what I'm saying? So I was consistent enough, yes. I had enough money to pay for at least a couple months, yes. And after that, that's all that I needed. What else more do you need? If you're not willing to take that leap, then you're gonna probably stay at your job for the next couple more months or next couple years and never get to that point because you're so scared to take that leap. You know what I'm saying? Don't be scared to take that leap. They always say success is right outside of the box, or right outside of you actually, getting across those fears, because if I wasn't brave enough to even take that, I wouldn't have been here today. I wouldn't be here. I'll probably still be working or something like that, or still be too comfortable at the job that I was at, versus taking a leap and risking though, just being risky. So wherever you're working right now, right? If you love your job, cool, stay there. You don't have to be a full-time trader like how I am and stuff like that. You don't have to. Some people is under the impression that you have to trade full-time. No, you don't. If you have a job that you love, stay there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just love what I do, so that's what I do. But if you have, let's say if you're a doctor or a lawyer or you work at like a marketing firm or something, but you passionately love that job, fuck it, stay there and trade at the same time. But don't quit your job just to start trading and be stressed out. You know what I'm saying? It's not worth it unless you want to go that route of just, trading full time. But before you even do all that, make sure that you have a good amount of consistency and you could pay for a few months of bills, of expenses, period, as far as food and everything else. Everything can be paid for. So those are like my biggest tips when it comes to that. If you have a job that you love, fuck it, stay there and trade. You don't have to do this like, just trade by itself. So don't feel like you have to. If you don't like your job, but you have enough money to pay for a few bills, a few months of expenses, and you're consistent enough in your trading, fuck it, take the leap. It's all worth it. Because remember, it's worth it for the main fact that now you have 24 hours a day to put in that fucking work. That's why it's worth it. Versus only having, let's say, 16 hours or even 12 hours a day to put in that work. You know what I'm saying? So like you're giving yourself more time to better your craft, and you're not stressing about how that next month is going to be paid because you have a good amount saved up to at least pay for a few months. All you need is a few months, and in those few months, Remember, there's 20 trading days a month. You could definitely catch moves, but you have to be willing to, make that leap though. If you're not, you're gonna continue to be stagnant. That's what it is. Okay? So that's my views on that, and I'm see y'all on the next video.